What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are doing the 21st installment of Random Model Airports. Today we are going to be doing the Sacramento International Airport. Thank you to Gab Ross, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, for providing this month's suggestion for a Random Model Airport. If you have any new suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I think I went back to a slightly older Random Model Airport update. I might have gone back to last month's too as well. I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember at this point, but yeah, so again, still taking viewer suggestions, and sometimes I'll just do airports that I'll pick out myself. That's kind of why it's called Random Model Airports, because it'll either be a viewer-suggested airport or an airport that I pick out myself. So, Sacramento International Airport is the next step up here for Random Model Airports, as this is quite a large airport. This is not the entire airport, as you can tell. I'm only looking at Concourse A, for those that know. And I will have Concourse B built separately once I am done with Concourse A. So we have a total of 7 aircraft here at Concourse A, and we have a whopping, I think, like 23 model aircraft in this airport update. And I think they'll set a record here on the channel for most model aircraft in a single airport update. So we'll get started down here at Gate Alpha 1, which is down over here on the bottom right corner of this terminal. At Gate Alpha 1, we have this Delta Airbus A319. This aircraft arrived in from Salt Lake City as Flight 1455 at 9:19 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 9:29 a.m. arrival. At Gate Alpha 3, we have another lovely return of the Delta Airbus A220-100. I'll have to find an A220-300 at some point. But as of right now, I only have the 100, and thankfully that's what Sacramento gets, I think, once on the daily. This aircraft arrived in from Salt Lake City again. This is Flight 1275. This is the afternoon flight. Scheduled to arrive at 4:15 p.m., but arrived at 4:05 p.m., so about 10 minutes ahead of schedule for this aircraft. Up at Gate Alpha 2, we have this American Airbus A321, so backtracking a little bit, as I wanted to get these two aircraft featured in a linear fashion. But up here at Gate Alpha 2, this American Airbus A321 arrived in from Dallas-Fort Worth as Flight 2081 at 10:38 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 11:15 a.m. arrival. So quite a fast aircraft here today. I'm not sure if it departed early or if it was able to catch a nice tailwind on its way over to Sacramento. All flights that I've featured here in this airport update are from Wednesday, January 12th. Now heading up to this north pier, as I like to call this, because this is basically facing due north at this point. We got 4 more aircraft here at Concourse A, and then we move on to the big Concourse B. There is a ton of aircraft. It will be the remainder of all the aircraft in this airport update. But over here at Gate Alpha 10, we have this Delta Connection Embraer 175 substituted for a Delta Connection Embraer 170. Gemini Jets, please do that model. I know I've said that so many times, but again, we need it so badly. And by the way, Alpha 5, I think, gets the American Embraer 175 service. I'm not sure which one of it is at this point. I think it is this one over here. And I do have that on the way. Hopefully that will arrive sometime in February. Unfortunately, it was not able to arrive in time for this month's Random Model Airport update. Hopefully next month it'll be here in a Random Model Airport update. So I would expect that to arrive in like early February anyway. It could be later depending on how the shipping crisis unfolds at this point in time. You just never know what's going to happen with that these days. So it could even be all the way up until like March or April even before we see pictures of those models pop up. So just kind of have to be prepared for delays nowadays, but yeah, so I'm back over here to Gate Alpha 10. This Delta Connection Embraer 175, substituted for an Embraer 170, arrived in from Los Angeles as Flight 3592. A bit of an unknown arrival, I guess. It did show up on the flight board, but unfortunately did not provide me a time frame, so I'm not sure if the flight got canceled and Flight Radar 24's database did not pick up on that message, or if it was just some type of error within their database. So, but I have it here anyway, just because I figured I'd throw it in here, but hopefully the Delta Connection Embraer 175 will be coming very, very soon. At Gate Alpha 14, we have this United Express CRJ200 with the Evo Blue livery. I have the other CRJ200 that I have. I'll feature that here towards the end of this portion of the airport update. This aircraft arrived in from San Francisco, Flight 5445, at 9:03 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 9:19 a.m. arrival. Jumping over to Alpha 15, here is my other United Express CRJ200, this one being the Continental Globe one. This aircraft arrived in from Los Angeles as Flight 5537 at 9:30 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 9:55 a.m. arrival. So nice that these aircraft occupy separate gates so that I could feature them and provide more content for you guys. One more aircraft. And finally, to round out this portion of the update here at Gate Alpha 16, we had this United Airbus A319. The exact aircraft that was used had the Continental Globe livery, but I'm using my Evo Blue A319 as that's all I got. This aircraft arrived in from Denver as Flight 600 at 5:11 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 5:32 p.m. arrival. And that is all the aircraft we have here at Concourse A at Sacramento International. We're going to hop over to Concourse B, which is going to be absolutely massive. So give me a few moments while I build it. And welcome to what I think is the largest model airport concourse that I have ever done here. Yeah, this takes up basically every gate that I have in the inventory, every jet bridge rather, and also every gate apron that I have basically, at least those that I can use. So yeah, remember what I said about this model airport update being so big? Yeah, this is where you're going to find it all. So I'm actually sitting on my chair right now because I want to give you a full idea of what it looks like, since sitting down on the floor won't really help me in achieving that. So yeah, I'll come back down to the floor though and be able to film the airport update. We're going to get started over at over here on this east side, I should say, with that very small aircraft over there, and then we'll just kind of work our way around the concourse up until we get to the end of the update. Taxiing aircraft just added in. I forgot to add that earlier, but now it's there. Gate Bravo 5, we have this Alaska Dash 8 400, Dash 8 Q400 I should say. This aircraft arrived in from Seattle's Flight 2014 at 11:45 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 11:53 a.m. arrival. I don't remember what livery this aircraft had because they got so many special liveries on the Dash 8, so I'll pop up what it was here if it was a regular livery or some type of other special livery that I do not have in my collection at this time. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and move on over to the next aircraft. At Gate Bravo 7, this aircraft makes a very long-awaited return here on the airport updates on the channel. Alaska Airbus A320. This aircraft arrived in as Flight 9864 from Seattle, so that makes me think that this is perhaps some type of maintenance flight or something, or post-maintenance flight or whatever. I'm not sure what they did here with this flight. So they brought it here at Gate Bravo 7, just parked it here, so I'd assume maybe post-maintenance, and they're going to bring it back into service as it is at the passenger terminal. So arriving in from Seattle, Flight 9864 at 1:21 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 1:29 p.m. arrival. Continuing to stick on the south side of the terminal, working around in a clockwise fashion, as you can see here. You may have spotted a special livery. This one was not on the flight board. This is all I have for this type of aircraft. Alaska Embraer 175, arriving in from San Diego as Flight 3368 at 2:07 p.m. delayed from a 1:33 p.m. scheduled arrival. So that's about a 34-minute delay for this aircraft. So again, this was not the exact livery that was used honoring those who serve. It was a regular livery, Embraer 175. But one special livery featured in this update was one that was actually used. So that'll be kind of cool to see. At Gate Bravo 11, we have the Spirit Airbus A320neo. So first time Spirit has been in an airport update in a little while. This aircraft arrived in from Santa Ana as Flight 872 at 2:16 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 2:35 p.m. arrival. Working with a great Southwest lineup here on the south side of the Bravo terminal here. Looks really great. But we're going to hop over here to Bravo 15 with this Southwest 737-800 with the Canyon Blue livery. This aircraft arrived in from Chicago Midway's Flight 3168 at 12:18 p.m., way ahead of a 12:50 p.m. scheduled arrival for this aircraft, so must have caught another nice tailwind like that American A321 that we took a look at earlier in the update. And yes, the legendary Freedom 1 makes its debut here on the airport updates on my channel. Yes, I was looking through the schedule for the Sacramento International Airport from Wednesday, January 12th. And when I saw Freedom 1 pop up, I was very excited because I've been looking forward to using this in an airport update for quite a while at this point. I was actually just like, oh my god, this is right there. So yeah, I was really excited that this was on the schedule. So really glad that Southwest decided to send it, and I'm glad that I chose to check the schedule when I did, which I checked it on Thursday night. So I'm recording this on Friday the 14th. I have no school today. So I'm using that opportunity, taking advantage of it, and filming an airport update early. So with that out of the way, this Freedom 1 aircraft arrived in from Boise, Idaho, Flight 665 at 12:56 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 1:15 p.m. arrival. At Gate Bravo 19, we have the Southwest 737-700 Heart livery with the blended winglets, another new model that makes its debut here in the airport updates. This aircraft arrived in from Santa Ana, Flight 493, at 2:59 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 3:20 p.m. arrival. Jumping over to Bravo 21, the last aircraft here on the south side of this terminal, we have the Southwest 737-800 with the Heart livery. This aircraft arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor as Flight 995 at 5:26 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 5:30 p.m. arrival. And I should mention that there are some significant services that I am not able to feature here in this update because I don't have aircraft for them. This includes the Hawaiian A330-200 service from Honolulu, Aeromexico 737-800, and Volaris Airbus A320 service. I cannot feature those as I don't have aircraft for them. I do have the Volaris A321neo, but that would not look accurate here at Sacramento. But I am able to feature this Hawaiian service, this Airbus A321neo, arriving in from Kahului, I think is how you pronounce it. I am not very fluent in Hawaiian, so apologies if I butcher that. It arrived in Flight 60 as Flight 60 from that place at 8:50 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 9 o'clock p.m. arrival. Jumping over to Bravo 20, we have the Southwest 737-700 with the Heart livery and the split scimitars. This aircraft arrived in from Las Vegas as Flight 1427 at 2:46 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 3:10 p.m. arrival. At Gate Bravo 18, we have a Southwest 737 MAX 8, so only I think the second time I featured a MAX 8 in an airport update. I'll definitely have to get more at some point, but this is really nice to see. I think this is the first time I've used it with the new graphics that I have for aircraft information, all that fun stuff, because I didn't do it for Skippy Town when I first featured this. This aircraft arrived in from Denver as Flight 926 at 8:09 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 8:35 a.m. arrival. Over at Bravo 14, the last of the Southwest aircraft in this update, we have this Southwest 737-700 with a Canyon Blue livery, arriving in from Burbank, California as Flight 2424 at 2:37 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 2:55 p.m. arrival. Rounding out all the aircraft in this update, at Gate Bravo 8, we have this JetBlue Airbus A320 that arrived in from Cancun, Flight 2312 at 7:32 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 8:11 p.m. arrival. 3 more aircraft to go in this update. They're all taxiing right by the Bravo concourse, and there they all are. First up, we have this FedEx McDonnell Douglas MD-10. So MD-10-30 freighter, because it has that extra set of main landing gear underneath. If you can kind of see it under there. It's kind of hard to see there with the shadow, but it is there. This is 303 Foxtrot Echo that Gemini Jets did, I think like 2013 or something like that. This aircraft arrived in from Memphis, Flight 308 at 5:52 p.m. delayed from a 4:59 p.m. scheduled arrival, an hour and 3-minute delay, or 63-minute delay for this aircraft. Next up, and the third and final model to make its official debut in my airport updates on the channel, is this Amerijet 767-300 freighter. So the exact aircraft that I'm representing did not have winglets, so that's really only of a minor thing here, as I think you can kind of disregard the winglets if you want to do that. This aircraft arrived in from Philadelphia, Flight 882, at 6:43 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 6:48 p.m. arrival. And finally, to round out this update, we have this FedEx 757-200 freighter. This aircraft arrived in from Indianapolis, Flight 1770, at 5:58 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 5:59 a.m. arrival. And that is it for Sacramento, ladies and gentlemen. This was a heck of a fun time to film, especially getting it set up. That was a little bit more of the kind of the frustrating part, maybe, because I really wanted to have this set up so I didn't have bad camera angles for some of the aircraft, especially on the north side of the terminal, as you can see here. So that's why it's kind of angled a little bit weirdly as opposed to what I normally like to have it as. But yeah, heck of a fun time. Thank you, Gab Ross, for suggesting this airport. I had a really awesome time filming this, editing this, and getting this all set up. Thumbnail shot's going to be really cool, as I think I'm going to do these 4 aircraft, and you'll probably have already seen it if you haven't, if you've clicked on this video already. So yeah, I'm getting exhausted from filming all this. This took me a lot of time to film, and yeah, I definitely just want to take a quick rest here before I get on that editing grind. So that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.